Hi, every fluff. Daisy here with you again. Once again, hands are exposed, which means I have them available for pressing buttons. Anyway, just like the last two videos like this one, we're going to talk about a camera in my life. Now, when I talked about my last camera I had on here, this one, the PowerShot, I stand by, yes, that is still the last best camera I purchased. But it's not the last camera I purchased. For when we were going to Disney for my first trip back when I was 29, I wanted to take a camera with me that I wasn't as afraid to damage. At the time, I didn't have a cell phone that took nearly as good pictures as that thing. I believe I had an iPhone 3G, yeah, its camera is good, but I mean, it was still a cell phone camera at the time, which was basically just a flip phone's camera stuck on the back of a smartphone. So, not really that great. And cell phones weren't taking great pictures yet. So, I, trying to be smart, went to Walmart and looked at the inexpensive digital cameras I could pick up. I specifically looked at the one that had both removable media and rechargeable battery. And to be fair, I think I got my $100 worth. Which is, yes, how much this thing cost. This little Vivitar. And I do mean little. It's compared to the tank, this thing was pretty small. And starting from the usual, yes, all of my digital cameras do have a tripod mount. So it's a little bit of a bonus. I adjusted myself, and I got myself out of frame. Perfect. So, Vivitar. Ta-da! There's not a lot of excitingness about this critter. I did specifically, as I noted, picked one that had a rechargeable battery, so that was no longer a problem. It has this little rubber cover. It used to have one of those little rubber sticks in there, so that when I pop this out, it just like turned to the side, but that kind of broke. But you can there see the mini USB port you can, well, jack into the wall with. And that little mountain flower switch is there, which on every camera I've ever had, I've never really understood what the purpose was. But I have a switch. On the top, there's the power button and the make a camera picture go button. The usual. Boop. Vivitar, we make it easier. There's a whole load of stuff on the screen telling me. I'll do it this way. See me. There we go. Now. Ta-da! If anything, you'll see me. Or my room. It's got the basic buttons. It's got a circle pad with turn the flash on and off, menu kind of things, and the plus and minus there to zoom in and out with. Only digital zoom, no optical zoom. It's a 7 megapixel camera, so it's not bad. I mean, it's the same amount of megapixels as my nicer camera I'd had for quite a few years before I bought this one. And this was only $100, so that's a plus. The picture quality was not great. I'm not going to say it was bad, but turn it off. It wasn't amazing. And if you're moving at all when you took the picture, you end up with just a whole lot of blur because it was apparently a bad exposure rate. But it was a camera I wasn't worried about getting. If I got it destroyed when I was on my trip, it wasn't the end of the world. That was pretty much the gist of it. Now, I want to do that. All right. Nothing fancy on the front. There's a little microphone there, on some dots there. A little microphone, I think, on the top there. I'm not really sure where the actual microphones are on some of these cameras. Just the fact that they have grills in places. I don't believe you had any kind of attachments because there's nothing to really jack onto on the lensy zone. So it was basically what you have is what you got, with the one exception of flort, the access panel, of which you can see my finger, the SD card, and the battery. Now, this one had a weird issue with the SD card. Also, this is another reason why I'm specifically doing fingers for these videos, because ain't no one's going to get a paw in there to click that thing. Now, the weird thing is, notice the side of the SD card, the little copy protection switch is slightly up. Something on the inside of the camera pushes on it. And if you don't fully reset it before you put it back in, it will push it the rest of the way up and make it effectively a write-protected SD card. And won't let you take pictures because the SD card is set to no write. I think, again, this camera and the last camera both came with like 16 megabyte cards. At 7 megapixels, that's like 5 pictures. Both of these, actually all 3 of these cameras now, have a 1 gig card in them just because it was so affordable. There was no reason not to. The battery itself is in the same compartment. It's the bigger black chunk. See the blue line? That's the SD card, and this bigger black blump is the battery. I'll go ahead and take it out. Won't hurt anything. There's a little release switch thing that'll pop right out. Fingers and all, I still have trouble because you still got to see what you're doing to some extent. There we go. So it did have a effectively changeable, reusable, or rechargeable battery. The fact that it charged on micro USB was, at the time, not bad, because much of my stuff still was, or mini USB, because most of my stuff still was mini USB. I didn't have much in the lines of micro object. Getting that battery in and out is a bit of a hassle. And seeing how that size of the battery is a large portion of the inside of the camera, that tells you how much actual stuff is really in there, since mostly battery. Battery and screen. But it was lightweight. I honestly think the only use of it was that trip. And when I saw how bad the photos we took on it were, and we had someone with us who was taking pictures on his cell phone, which were better than the pictures I took on this thing, I was just like, I was disappointed. I felt like I'd wasted $100 on something that was literally not doing me any good. But I have it. It's a thing. It's part of my history. And it's probably, unless I ever buy a DSLR, which are your friends, it's probably the last digital camera that's just a camera I'm going to buy. And I don't necessarily see me buying a DSLR. And the reason being, you have to carry it. And the same reason why this stayed at home is because it's the thing I have to carry. This is the size of 2 juice boxes. And has a belt clip, well, belt loopy thing. A DSLR effectively have to be in a real camera bag. It is heavy, and you have to take it with you. Whereas this, as said before, is in my pocket already. All I have to do is, boom, I'm in camera mode. Boom, I'm in video mode. Look, there you are. It's a camera, looking through a camera. Which means it's full of glare. And literally through the eyes of the person that I can see pretty much nothing. But yeah. Since this is the end of the camera zone, during the phase of having phones with cameras, I had several different phones with cameras, most of which are gone now, and had horrible cameras, so they really didn't make any difference in my photographic life. I had some kind of phone with Verizon that had a camera. It was not that great. I had a Razr flip phone that was the popular at the during its era. It had a camera. It worked, and at least with I think both of those, I could transfer the photos off without all of the hassle. I had the iPhone 3G, which actually had an okay camera. Surprisingly better than I expected. Then we moved to a very cheap Android phone, which, again, had a camera. It was slightly better than the iPhone 3G, only because it was slightly newer. And then we moved over to the Samsung S8 Pluses. That was 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago at this point. And from that point on, it was phone was the camera. And now I have my S21 Ultra. So this thing has more camera function than I probably ever expected I'd be having in my pocket. So for now, this is my photographic unit. I might get a better camera for taking video with when out and about, if I want to actually do better video. That is something I'd really like. Because most of my videos, if you see me on the video, it's probably one of 2 webcams. Either this one, or the one in the room where I do the full suit videos. Also, cannot do this with pause. They don't read on the screen. Put you back in your little hole in my desk. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the romp down camera lane. Oh, as far as battery life on Little Red, I never really got to the point where I ran the battery down when I was using it, so I can't be sure. If any I'd pick up again, it'll be the Canon for taking pictures, because it still does have good optical zoom. It has a good lens. 7 megapixels is still more than enough for a good picture. It's way bigger than you're going to be able to upload to most websites. They'll downgrade it down to something smaller than that anyway, so not really a big deal. I can't see me using it for video. The cell phone does a good enough job on that. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm not going to donate them. They're mine. They're just a piece of my history. So they're just going to be here with me forevers. And I have a couple other little concept ideas of videos I can make in this line, including some historical electronic doodads I have on hand. So look forward to more of these videos because I enjoy talking about things, a little bit of history and a little bit of functionality. a little bit of fun. Anyway, it's been Daisy talking about things. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the little dingly bell for the little dingly bell and let you know when I post new videos. Who knows? Could be this little bun fluff. She loves being on camera and being all soft for you. Or any of my other critters. And of course, both my Patreon link and my Coffee link are in the description box below. And I'm adding into the $1 queue if you want to ask me to talk about some electronic thing you know I have. Yeah, you can pick that. Or when you think I have, ask away. I will happily let you know if I have one, and I will talk about it. Even if I don't still physically have it, I could talk about a thing I had for you. So that's an option. If I do physically have it, obviously I'll go, I think I had it here. It's right there to look at it. Isn't it amazing? Look, it's the camera from the first video. It's still sitting on my desk because reasons. I need to clean my desk. I just love these little dangly biddlers. No, I don't trust this to like strap it for its life on there. I look at it as the seat belt. I have it on my wrist in case I drop my phone or camera. I don't then drop my camera. But I don't live by the strap. I just support with the strap. Anyway, yeah, well, that's some tech for you today. I hope you enjoy. And I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. But for now, mwah. Daisy thinks you're all wonderful little buns and hopes you have the best pictures ever. And yeah, keep being happy. For now, I'll see you again.